Hot take. This is my hot take of the day. Come for me. Avoiding.
Come for me.
My very hot take that avoiding pre-lightened hair in a color correction can be a mistake.
I feel like that's very PC, the way you put that, and you want them to come for you.
They are going to come for me, and I don't care, because I always see it. Everybody wants to avoid all the pre-lightened hair that they've done before, and I disagree. 99% of the color corrections I see from another stylist, not my own, just we're doing something new, those highlights were not lifted light enough. You can't color highlights to be the right color. You can tone them to refine, but they need to be light enough in the first place. There's no toner that's going to make you lighter.
The hair has to be hollowed out enough. If there's too much pigment left in it, then any control is just going to bring it down.
Almost always, the color corrections I get are previously highlighted or like ombre hair where they wanted to be like a basic bitch beach girl, but they got ratchet orange disaster.
Where it looks like they put their hair in a ponytail and dipped it in Clorox.
It's like, yeah, did you know I did that when I was in high school? I actually pulled my hair back and tried to dip my bangs in a bowl of Clorox.
Oh my God, you could have gone blind.
I was 9th grade.
And Clorox doesn't even lighten hair.
I know that now. I tried to mix it with shaving cream because it wouldn't stick on the hair. And so I tried to mix it with shaving cream.
To thicken it up. Oh my God, that's adorable.
Just a few years later, I'd be in beauty school, like 2 years. Took a while to get better from there.
Anyway.
It looks like dark orange. What are you going to do? Avoid it? I see so many stylists who go through so much to avoid all that hair. And I do appreciate their tedious work, I think they still need to use something on it.
Agreed. This all comes down to choosing the right product for the right time and the right part of the hair. Obviously, a lot of people avoid the pre-lightened hair because they're worried about the condition of the hair.
Overlapping, creating breakage. I'm all for being gentle and careful.
There's ways to do it. It takes a lot of time and precision because each part of the hair has been treated differently before you got it. Whether you do multiple steps at the same time or one at a time and rinse them out. Sometimes you need something to be on the hair for a certain amount of time and then something else needs to come off immediately, depending upon what situation you're in.
Do you remember this? When I was your assistant and I was underqualified to be assisting you. I was brand new, but you were in a situation where your personal assistant had left.
Oh, yeah.
I was kind of thrown in without a lot of guidance. And there was somebody you had highlighted, but it was one of those situations where I needed to just get to the light enough one. And I didn't know that. And you opened every single foil. Done. Ripped it out of the hair, threw it on the ground. Done. Ripped it out, threw it on every single foil. And then you go, now you have to tone her for free. And
oh my God. If you're very busy and you have like 4 or 5 clients in the salon at one time.
And we weren't allowed to use more than 3 assistants at that point. Stacy wouldn't let us. She was really strict. She's like, you guys don't get 4 assistants. So lucky you get 3. And so it was.
And my manager managing me. So funny. But anyway, avoiding previously lightened hair can be a mistake.
For sure.
Because if you're particularly trying to go for lighter shades, then you need to address that hair. Also, managing the client's expectations and letting them know that it's going to be extremely time consuming.
Because slow and steady wins the race.
And it's also going to need tweaks. You may have to come back in the next few weeks. And if you're a busy stylist, it can be really difficult. What we were saying before is you get sick of seeing that person because you've been doing so much to their hair and working so hard. And even though they just spent $1,500, you still don't feel like it was worth it.
I also want that to be cooler. Can we do it tomorrow?
They have to live with it.
I have to live with my life too. I lose sleep, but I do need to go to sleep. We need to do it tomorrow. But as long as they know that they're going to have to be back and they don't expect me to comp it, this is what it takes to get there. Yeah. It's not, this was not a mistake, but it is a mistake if you don't tell them in advance that this is a possibility.
Because then you're going to be arguing about it.
Then it is a mistake because they thought they were done.
Never say you're done.
They're not done 4 appointments from now. It's always refining. Don't fix it if it ain't broke is not the way.
Totally. You were saying 99% of the color corrections that come in, the hair wasn't lightened.
Enough, not even close.
So it's going to lower that percentage a little bit because I do get some clients that come in to correct their color and it's the base. Everything that's happened to the base and mid shaft is like a disaster. They are really pretty.
Well, that's a better scenario. Honestly, I'll take that any day because the ends are the hardest thing to work through.
Oh, yeah, because they're usually compromised.
It's like
old.
Black on the ends, and I just can't get it past orange. And I'm like, we can either cut this off or I don't know what else to do. I can break it off or cut it off. You choose.
Sometimes you just can't get what you need.
Sometimes it's color, but sometimes it's minerals in the hair. Bleach will not lift iron oxide. And that shit's orange. Okay. Rust is orange. And if that's in the hair, like if their pipes were made of steel and they're rusty now, galvanized is a nice way to say it.
Well, and that's also what happens when a highlight leaves the salon and it's bright and beautiful and it comes back dingy.
I have a story of that.
Tell us.
So I had a client, she has well water. She lives really remote, well water, for like a year. She was coming in, she'd leave bright and pretty, and she'd come back and she'd be like, I don't know, I feel a little dingy. Let's highlight. So for a year, I highlight her on every appointment. And then about a year in, and I'm looking at her, I'm like, look, bleach doesn't fade. That's when I had this realization of like,
it never gets darker.
Bleach doesn't fade. You wouldn't get bleach on your shirt and then look at it and be like, oh, that's okay, it'll fade. That's crazy. No one would think that. So the same thing happens with your hair. Bleach doesn't fade. It doesn't go back. It's not like color where it fades off. Bleach never fades. So I was like...
But it does show when it collects things.
I'm looking at her and I'm like, I don't think bleach will fade like that. Something's happening at home that's depositing color. I knew where she lived. And I'm like, try a shower head water filter. And I don't say whole house water filter for a reason. If that water's been traveling through those pipes for however long this house has been a house, all of the deposits from that water are inside those pipes all the way to the shower head. So I always say, filter it right on the shower head. So it comes right out filtered. After she did that, I low-lighted her at every fucking appointment.
Oh, because her hair was so blonde.
So blonde. I low-lighted every single time. I didn't highlight her again for a year because her hair was way light. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it when I had that realization.
I always bring her into client conversations. That's a pet peeve of mine. If I send them out one way and they come back another.
I'm like, what are you doing at home? My shit don't fit.
I didn't do this. You did this.
Or when they're like, I don't know. I think it faded. You're like, that's crazy.
No, it darkened.
It darkened. Like.
Yeah. I'm like, bleach isn't going to go away.
I always compare it to their clothes. I'm like, would you ever get bleach on your clothes and think, oh, it's okay. It'll darken up. Nobody would think that.
That's a good way to explain it because they don't have no idea.
But when you say that, there's like a light bulb every fucking time. I've never had a client not have a light bulb moment like, oh shit, that is ridiculous.
It's so funny.
And that's when you really have to be candid about what you're doing. We're not using the PC lightener. I'm bleaching your hair. There's no chance it's getting darker. Not because of me.
Make it darker.
I don't go home with you and do your shit. You are doing something at home.
I don't go home and wash your hair with your
I don't go home and wash your hair with chocolate ice cream. Like, that's not my job.
Oh my God, we digress.
Usually, you gotta re-bleach bleached hair. You just have to, if you watched our gray coverage episode, we talked about treating each square inch of the head specifically for what it is.
And this will be each square inch and each of the length.
And we also talked about color balancing. This is the same that each hair has been through a separate trauma. If some of the hair has been lightened before and some hasn't, you need to treat them differently. You wouldn't use one color roots to ends on previously colored hair and roots. The same goes for previously lightened hair. Yes, you sometimes, a lot of times, most of the time, want to treat it differently. Maybe it's a more gentle lightener. Maybe it's a lower developer lightener. Maybe you use bond multiplier in that, but not your, whatever it is. Giving the fabric you have at hand, you might treat it differently. Not lightening it is a huge mistake.
Okay. Yes, agreed.
Because you're going to have orange ends.
Oh, yeah.
And that's not fun.
If they're already orange, then you have to do something.
Unless that's what you're going for.
Unless you want copper hair.
Which some people do.
I mean, yeah.
I love a redhead. That's not usually who's coming to me for a color correction, though.
No.
In my experience. Like, that's not... They don't usually need color corrections. Their shit usually turns orange pretty easy.
Oh, yeah, they already have orange hair.
It's not that hard to get.
It's hard to avoid.
So, anywho.
So come for her.
Come for me. Tell me why I'm wrong. I want you to tell me why I'm wrong.
You can
Please.
come for me, too, so I'm cool.
Thank you for watching Hair MD.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
See you